Tonight we're heading to a house party. Before then though, I got a bunch of less glamorous stuff to do around the house here. Let's talk about the topic of glamour for a moment. Any woman that's worn spectacular high heel shoes will tell you that it feels fantastic to feel fancy and special. And at the end of the night, oftentimes their feet are absolutely killing them. They gotta wear blisters just to make up for all the damage that the shoes did during the day. There's a reason that there's an expression, beauty is pain. One of the most fascinating books I've probably ever read is this one right here. It's called The Power of Glamour by Virginia Postrel. In the book, she explained glamour in a way that I'd never heard before, and it really opened my eyes. So she talks about glamour as having these really fascinating two sides that almost seem paradoxical. On one hand, without glamour, humans wouldn't reach to achieve some of the great heights that we have, whether that's landing on the moon or starting businesses. And yet glamour also has this dark side. Because glamour is the idealized version of a situation, it's all the beauty without the pain, we can get ourselves into trouble. I think that I've definitely been guilty of getting into the glamour trap, particularly in business. In business, I loved reading books like The 4-Hour Work Week and thinking about all the freedom that I would enjoy as an entrepreneur. And what I never really realized or allowed to be a part of my picture of entrepreneurship was some of the less glamorous stuff. Accounting, bookkeeping. I mean, that's glamorous for some people, but for most entrepreneurs, it's not exactly the razzle-dazzle of living the 4-Hour Work Week. I have some friends here, especially here in Austin, who've actually gone and lived in third world countries like Tim Ferriss talks about, and they've lived very much that 4-Hour Work Week lifestyle. And they'll tell you, there's some pretty crappy things about living in third world countries. There's the question of healthcare, there's the question of security, and just general convenience. Like, the internet isn't as stable in a lot of countries. You can't just hit Amazon Prime the way that you can in North America, especially in big US cities. And so there's a little more to the story than what we see success as advertised. So I don't know, it's food for thought. In what ways have I idealized life? In what ways have I idealized the idea of business? And what are the blisters of business that just kind of come with the territory, and maybe to just be okay with that? One of the blisters for me to deal with today is my internet connection. It's been dropping out nonstop for the last couple days, and I can't stand it. I mean, goodness gracious, if you're gonna have an internet business, you gotta have a killer internet connection. So while you're thinking about glamour, I'm gonna go call my internet service provider.